Hi, I'm Dave Paynter. We're here at the canoe trail at Slimbridge, sheltering from another shower. Welcome to this week's Wildlife Weekly. Well, this week we're going to be looking at the ducks again at Teal. They're arriving in huge numbers. We've got some good footage of the cormorants out on the South Lake, and we'll be taking another look at black-tailed godwits as well. We've got to talk about the large numbers of teal which are arriving at the moment. Several thousand here on the reserve. The Zai side here is a great place to see them. The big numbers building up. They're coming in from the high Arctic. These are birds that are breeding right up in the north of Russia, migrating across Europe to come and spend the winter with us here at Slimbridge. A little bit tricky at the moment. You've got to look carefully. If you look at them, they all look like females. They're actually in their eclipse plumage. The males have molted out of those gaudy feathers and they're looking a bit brown. But now's the time to come and watch them in that plumage, because they're starting to molt out, and you can learn the subtle differences between the molting males and the females. Look for that darker bill, paler forewing, and the brighter male plumage starting to come through on the body and the head. Of course, when they finally molt through, the males are going to be totally different. You get this red head, this bright metallic green eye stripe, and already some early birds are starting to get into that full adult winter plumage. That's when they really do look spectacular. One of the more different ways to get in contact with those newly arriving waterfowl is actually here on the canoe trail. This will be open through the half-term period, and that's actually a fantastic way to get to see these birds low down, close up from the water. Really quite a unique perspective. Pintail, teal, tufted duck all building up there now at the moment, so take advantage of that if you can. One of the species that we often take for granted here at Slimbridge are cormorants. This is a really good place to see them, to watch them. You may see them on the South Lake hunting, fishing in the deep water lakes. You may see them hanging their wings out to dry, this classic postures. They're fairly primitive birds. They don't have really effective waterproofing like the ducks and other waterfowl, and they actually have to physically hang those wings out to allow them to dry so they can continue to hunt and to fly effectively. You'll see the different plumages as well. They can be a bit confusing. The youngsters, the juveniles, are really quite pale fronts, browner backs, and that fades through to the adults with the lovely dark glossy black plumage. So watch out for those and don't take them too much for granted. They are spectacular birds. One of the species that appears quite frequently here on the Wildlife Weeklies are our black-tailed godwits. But these birds have spectacular journeys. These are birds that breed in the tundra-like habitat of Iceland. They're migrating down the western seaboard of Europe, and they're one of the species that really connects our centres. Some of these very individuals that we see here at Slimbridge will stop at our centre at Calaverock, Castlesby in Northern Ireland, Llanelli in South Wales, Arundel on the south coast, here at Slimbridge, and they could go across to the Channel Islands, across to Brittany, and the very furthest as far as Portugal. This fantastic migration up and down the western seaboard of Europe. So just think about that next time you're looking at the black-tailed godwits here, usually on the South Lake. That's the best place to see them nice and close. Okay, we've got a couple of broad themes for the week ahead. Migration, of course, is going to dominate it. Just over the last couple of days, we've seen a big influx of redwings, migrant thrushes coming in from the continent. Listen out tonight after dark. Go out, listen for that high-pitched seep call. You will hear it if you spend a few minutes out in your garden. Active migration underway at the moment. The weather for the week looks like there's going to be quite a lot of south and westerly winds, and you think, well, that's not going to be good for migration. But in actual fact, we do see birds that migrate down down through the west coast of Europe and cross into Britain on southerly winds across the channel and then disperse up through the country. So it's not just the northeasterly winds that you're going to see the big influxes on, so do watch out for that. Well, if you've enjoyed this week's Wildlife Weekly, please share it with your friends and followers on Facebook and Twitter. Please visit our YouTube channel, and for more up-to-date information, go to the WWT website.